right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Easter to everyone out there. I know day's kind of ending there, and I'm, believe it or not,
getting ready to fly, right?
Still live from the Philippines. Yeah, we got a flight in 14 hours. So it's
Nice.
11:05 a.m. here Monday morning. We actually fly out at 1 in the morning Tuesday, go to Korea, have a long layover, and then about a 12-hour flight, I think, roughly from Korea to San Francisco. Get in tomorrow. Well, no, it's still Sunday night there. Get in Tuesday at 10:40 into San Francisco.
Are you staying a couple of days in San Fran, or are you heading back straight?
No, heading right back. I thought I would stay around, go to the Dodgers Giants game, but it's just kind of like, what the heck, it's just too much travel and luggage hauling, and I'll go home, watch it. And speaking of the Dodgers,
sure tickets will be available.
Oh, plenty. If you looked, yeah. The Dodgers actually got swept by the Diamondbacks, so the Diamondbacks take over, first place. So Giants are 4-5, and they're just a game out or something like that, or
yeah. But the Giants are facing the big three of their rotation. So.
Yeah, they got Urias, May, and Kershaw. So
and Kershaw always pitches well in Oracle. So
right. So hey, the Giants avoid the sweep with a big win today. DeSclafani pitched great.
Yep.
No run support. He got caned. He got Matt caned, and didn't get any run support. But in the 8th inning, Bryce Johnson gets kind of a bloop, singled out into left field, and then on Wilmer Flores, it's one down the line on a pitch that Johnson was running on, and he dove into second base because he had no idea where the ball was. So he was, straight steal. He was head dive into second, bounces up real quick, and the ball's kind of rolling around down the left field line, and it hits that cutout, bounces kind of right out, and the left fielder was able to kind of get it going toward the plate and his momentum. So anybody else on the team, no one would have else scored. Nobody.
Right.
And this is why I was having some tweets put out that, hey, let's put Bryce Johnson in the lineup to create some runs, because if they're not hitting home runs, they're not scoring.
Right.
And you need some speed to create havoc and chaos on the base pass, and it puts pressure on the defense. And,
Sure.
I'm not saying Bryce Johnson is the answer for this team, but he's the only guy on the team that they have besides Estrada that has some speed. Blake Sable has some speed, but you're not going to run him into the ground if he's catching.
But another home run wins the game, huh?
Yes. Michael Conforto, as MF says, accurately hit an absolute nuke. That thing was just way out. I mean, I think the estimated was 400 and what they say it was, MF. I thought I read 434, but can't remember. Wasn't that what Sable's was 434?
I think so, yeah.
The other day. This one was 4 something. I mean, it was
that was right
425
center, right?
maybe. Looked like it was deeper than that. I mean, it was in the deep part of the park. Mario says Bryce needs to lead off, period. Ramos needs to play. His timing's a bit off. He has a cannon. Yeah. I mean, let these guys play. I mean, get the athletes out there. Athletes win you games. I mean, because they're athletes.
Yep. It's funny because when I saw Flores coming up against Yarborough, I was like, oh man, this might be a good matchup, and it turned out to be a good one.
When I played softball, I wasn't the power guy, but we had some big beefers, right? And those guys would win you games because they could hit it out of the park.
Guys with the boilers.
Yeah, they're just big, giant guys. But, they didn't help you out in the field much. It was the athletes that had to play the defense. So when you look at the whole makeup of the Giants, I saw a stat today where they are 28th, tied for 28th with the A's with defensive runs saved, -6 already.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. It's early, but still,
it's very early. But yeah,
but it looks bad because the whole premise was, to improve the defense because of last year, because was one of the cancers last year to the team.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Senior? Good to see you, Mark.
Hey, fellas, great show. Yeah, senior softball. Hey, speaking of softball, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, Mark Graves says Johnson scores from first with 2 slides. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before either. It was crazy because he dove into second and then he barely beat the throw diving in to home plate. With his hand, touches the plate just a half second before the tags applied. If that, it was bang, bang. Pretty unbelievable. So yeah, Johnson needs to just play. Like I say, I don't think he's, the long-term answer for these guys. He could be a late bloomer. He's been in the minors 5 years. He's hit basically 274 from the left side and 272 from the right. Pretty even splits, but he doesn't play a whole lot against left-handed pitchers, which was interesting that he was out there today. You look at his stats in the minors, he's only had like 400 or 500 at bats from the right side, but he's had, a couple thousand from the left side. So they definitely see him more as a, his strength being from the left side. He doesn't have much power. He got the 1 home run. I think he's hit 20 home runs in the minors. But
but that wouldn't be his attribute, is to hit a home run. He's just about to get on base.
Yeah, he's just got to get on base and make things happen. I was trying to find that darn tweet that somebody put out on the defensive metrics. This might be it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Anyway, the Giants were really low at the bottom of, -6. And that's a trend you don't want to see going forward,
Right. Well, you saw Wade earlier this week. Was it yesterday? He gave the Olay, didn't he? He tried to do his best impression of Buckner at first. It didn't cost. It didn't cost anything at that time. They were able to get the third out. But.
What is this? Senior softball games. On the Kruger show to get blocked. Everyone is pretty PG on there except when Cy goes off. Yeah. Oh man. Well, let's see what else we got here. Did Ryan have enough dealings? Oh no, I'm with you, old farts. Oh yeah. No, Rye will be back at some point. He's just going through some stuff where he's having to take care of an elderly grandmother that he's kind of having to deal with. It's taking a lot of his time. So, in fact, all of his time. So he's kind of right now the primary caregiver until they can get some professional help. So,
yep. Hey, and MF makes a good point. Yeah, Webb needs to come out and actually be Webb-like. His last 2 outings have been kind of, the first outing was good, but there was that second one in Chicago. Yeah, they were getting some good contact.
Have you guys ever heard of these things? Picnic? You guys ever seen these things?
Yeah, I remember those when I was a kid.
Really? I'd never seen them before, except over here, and they're like French fries.
Yeah, they're little miniature French fries. Exactly. Oh. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. I have to have a little bit of snacks here just because I don't know when my schedule's so messed up. I woke up this morning. I did go to bed early last night, about 8:30. So I got up I was getting up at 4. I thought, well, Warriors start at 3:30. I'll catch, miss the first quarter, but I somehow automatically woke up at 3:30 beforehand. So I turned the Warriors game on. They scored 55 points in the first quarter. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. NBA record. So
I'm guessing Portland wasn't playing their guys, right?
No, not at all. Yeah. Mitchell Nessus, thanks for the update.
I like what Mario said. That kind of speaks to what's his name, Jeff Young, had to say.
Cap is he is given a lesson plan and follows it, makes no decisions.
Yep.
Has zero instincts, looks like an absolute douche.
Yeah, Jeff. He put out that was interesting. That was the plan. And that's the thing I don't get. Okay, yeah, you're gonna start Manaea. You're working him up, and the plan was to bring in Stripling.
Right.
Just like he said, you got into the 6th inning, so just go to your bullpen. Even you got to be able to make those decisions as a manager and not worry about a quote unquote plan or a script or whatever it may be. And you manage. And that's, I think, where he failed is he didn't manage. He just followed a plan. No matter what, the plan at all costs.
Yeah, the plan was, they actually, I'll show you what they do. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my phone. Sorry, I'm dealing with congestion and cold. It's just been
the crud.
Yeah, it just won't go away. Just like I thought it was gone, then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's the humidity. I got this massage the other day, and it was the most intense. It was painful. It hurt. It was like a therapeutic massage, but they were even and I'm still sore over my eyebrows. They were pushing right there really hard, breaking up muscle, the things, and my arms and legs, everything was so tight, but they were doing my temple area over here and then on the eyebrows and pushing so hard, breaking up stuff. After that, all of a sudden I've just had this congestion that won't go away.
Maybe they did something to your sinuses.
Yeah, they may have broken it up or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm thinking, dang.
It's not going to be helping on that damn airplane with all that recirculated air forever.
Yeah, exactly. So let me see if I can find what I want to show you guys.
I think you were going to talk about. Oh, you're going to talk about the stadium.
Yeah, here we go. So this is what you'll see on the board at the game in the clubhouse, and it's kind of, you see the lineup, right? And then it says 3 or 4 bats, and then it's a script of what's
okay.
And then extras, and then it tells you who's pitching behind who, and everything's all laid out. So I'm sure what happened was the script was that Stripling, as he said, it was always the plan for Stripling to follow Manaea. Well, he probably thought Manaea might only go 4 or 5 innings, right?
Right.
But he went 6. You got through the 7th with one run given up, the home run by Stripling. Okay, now you're in the 8th. Go to your bullpen to close out the game.
I mean, it's no guarantees, but at least those are the guys who know how to handle those high leverage situations, other than Stripling, who's not accustomed to coming in late in games like that. And he was already kind of scuffling a little bit. You might want to. He would have been better if the Giants were up by 3 or 4 runs and then bring him in. You know what I'm saying? Not in that type of situation, but I mean, yeah, it was rough.
Where
was I going to go with that? Talking about the just how Kapler just has to stick to that plan, and that's what I'm saying. This organization has 50 coaches in the dugout.
Yeah,
you only got 26 men. If you can't keep track of what 26 men are doing out in the field, well, in the dugout and out in the field, or in the bullpen, then you got other issues. Especially with having that many coach being able to get in your ear, letting you know, hey, this is what's going on. Maybe this person's feeling this way, whatever. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. MF says, why does the Giants locker room look like a strip club? MF, are you referring to when Conforto walked into the clubhouse and was met by the players. I think that's what he might be seeing. I saw something like that on Twitter, and it did. It kind of looked rather unusual, like a flashing lights and strobe lights or something. And I don't know. Maybe they're having a good time this year. Yeah, and then today, the mess up. Why doesn't Cap wait until the new pitcher is announced before making a pinch hitter move? The umpire did come out and say it was on him that he announced Sable into the game, even though he pointed to Sable as he was in the game, even though he said he shouldn't have because he wasn't, he was just standing there. But still, that was a tough situation. I mean, Sable's had a few rough at bats the last game or so, or two. It was kind of a rough series. He got the RBI single opening day, and then he had a couple of strikeouts and untimely.
Yeah, and then he might have been hurt a little bit after that dive too. Who knows?
Yeah, he did say his neck was a little tight.
Yeah.
So he got the day off today. He did pinch hit, but he had to face that tough lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was throwing him those slurves, sliders / curve.
Curves on there. Yeah, he was throwing a lot of those, wasn't he?
And then they were kind of like roundhouse curves. It looked like a wiffle ball curve that starts behind you. Comes over, but then
big old Uncle Charlie's.
Yeah, then he surprised him with a fastball that he wasn't looking for, and he just froze him, for a strike 3. So, let's see what else we got in the chat here. And MF says, yeah, I think that's what regarding the locker room. Senior softball game says, I did say Carmichael Dave would tear him apart, but I said it half jokingly and meant if he came on the show, he would tear up on the mic. Maybe he took it in a physical way. Oh, I see. Senior softball.
I remember
games.
that comment. Yeah, I remember watching that in the chat.
Yeah,
I didn't think anything of it. That was kind of weird.
Interesting. So he's been blocked, he says. Okay. Senior softball game says he's got blocked. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the printed word can leave you a little bit, misinterpretation is pretty easy with the printed word. Sometimes, like I saw a Twitter the other day about something on Kevin Durant, a quote about coaching. If you're not prepared to coach in the playoffs or something like, or maybe you shouldn't be the coach. And it was like, so you read it and go, oh, wow, that's a controversial. Then you open it up and you listen to the whole interview from Durant. It was like he was laughing and joking, and the whole context was
right. The context is taken out.
The context was completely taken out. It was the headline that made it sound controversial.
Right.
The actual what he was talking about was just saying, they were talking about the, going into the day's game, Clippers and Suns. Are you, you guys going to try to hide certain things, not show certain things? And he was like, hey, they got tape on us all year, this, that, even, they could adjust. Then he threw out, if you're not prepared to do that, you probably shouldn't be coached. So it was like, you can get that in a print easily. And so Giants never going to play Bart. MF's or Mitchell and Ness says, I don't, he had some games. I think he played today for Sacramento. Let's take a look.
Ramos? No, he played today.
No, Bart.
Oh, Bart. Yeah.
I want to see. He's on rehab, so maybe he's due to come off the disabled list tomorrow. Let me see if he checked the box score and see what he got. What he did today.
Let's take a stab at the dark. Maybe he struck out.
Let's see. Oh, come on. I'm getting the wrong. Give me the website. There we go. Keep hitting the first ones in the seats. Okay, box score today. Hopefully he caught and not just Well, yeah, DH'd. 1 for 4. 3 strikeouts.
Jeez.
No, I'm sorry. 3 left on base. Take that back.
Oh,
no
okay.
no strikeouts.
Okay,
no strikeouts.
Good.
1 for 4. OPS is 929, so he's batting 429. 1 for 4 is 250. That means he got some at bats the previous game. So let's take a look and see what they did the previous game for Bart. April.
I think was Sanchez supposed to catch today, and then Bart was supposed to DH, and then vice versa, or something like that.
I think so. April 9th. Let me see what's going on here. 8-2. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking this up. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Giants are going to need Bart. I mean, they need him to, to step up and do what he can do because, man, I mean, the catching thing is you got Perez who's down. He wasn't there for his bat, but he was there for the rotation. And that could still have some ripple effects throughout the season because now you're going to have to rely on a rookie catcher and Bart, who, he's still working on his catching game, but more importantly, his bat, he's got to cut down on those strikeouts. And I hope that maybe, and it's so weird because remember last year he was striking out, I think almost at a 50% clip, went down to AAA, worked on some things, and he came back and he finished pretty strong. But, in spring, it seemed like, and you were kind of alluding to that, he wasn't looking quite right in spring. So, but I mean, spring you're supposed to be working on things. I just hope that he's able to produce. I mean, he's a number 2 pick. I mean,
exactly.
That's not a guarantee, but
now he did catch yesterday. Went 2 for 3, an RBI, no strikeouts. So he's had 7 at bats. No strikeouts.
Oh, that's big. I mean, that really is for him.
1 base on ball, 1 RBI. Let's see. Did he get any RBI, any doubles or home runs? So, I mean, that's good. I mean,
yes, it is.
So right now he's 3 for 7 and with 0 Ks.
Good.
So that's good. So if Bart can continue to do that, I don't know how many at bats he really needs to get, fresh and ready to go.
I mean, he had all spring, so it's not like.
I wonder what they're going to do tomorrow. Urias is pitching. Who will be the DH? Oh, probably. They'll probably go. They're not going to play Wade. Probably not going to play Sable. I'll bet you what they'll do tomorrow is they'll go at first. They'll play
maybe JD
Flores.
At first, and Spencer is talking about Flores will probably DH.
DH, right? Yep. DH Flores. First JD Davis. Second will be Estrada, short Crawford. That's where they really struggle. They don't have, because if Crawford, they don't have really any flexibility up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
If Crawford's, if you're going to play him against a tough lefty, doesn't hit well, which he doesn't hit well against Kershaw, who they'll face.
Oh, he doesn't. He's got like a negative batting average against Kershaw. It's
so
pretty bad.
It's so then their defense gets completely compromised because they don't have any second basemen. Flores and VR are their backup second baseman.
And VR will be at third tomorrow, I'm sure. And
then VR will be at third.
Ramos will probably play again.
Left field will be Ramos. Yep. Center could be Johnson.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he may get it.
Maybe they rest Yaz. Or it'll be Yaz, but it'll be Conforto seems to be. I mean, Conforto hit that today off a lefty.
Yeah, he did.
And
that lefty grooved it right down the middle too.
He was waiting on it, but he guessed right because he was sitting off speed and he got it. So, to hit that off a lefty, you got to guess right. What what else we got in here? Yeah, so I would like to see, Bart brought up to catch and not. I mean, he's eligible, he's playing. Don't sit him down on the minors like he's got some extended. Got to prove himself now down in the minors. I mean,
right.
Come on. I get it that he struggled, but Austin Wynns is not the guy, in my opinion, to be.
How about this? So Wynns will probably go back down when Bart comes back up, right?
Yeah.
Then Slater will come up. I'm guessing Johnson goes down.
Yeah.
And then what about Haniger? Who's the odd man out with Haniger? That will be, of course, probably not until the next road trip. But I
would say Jelly.
Yeah, probably Jelly. Huh?
I think you just go with 12 pitchers and carry the extra position player. Otherwise, if the logical at that point would be Sable, but he can't go down. You got to golf him back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Sable can't go down.
So, in my view, way, way too early to give up on a guy with the potential he has, because he showed he's adequate at catching. He's made some really good plays in left field. He's made some good plays.
Right. He has.
I think the struggle with rookies is just big league pitching. It's just a different animal.
That. Yep. And playing in the big stadiums too.
I mean, Matt Williams struggled big time. Bart struggled. Don't give up on guys that have pedigree. Mm-hmm. Matt Williams had unbelievable pedigree. I mean, Casey Schmidt is tearing up. I wouldn't say tearing up, but he's hitting close to 300. At Sacramento right now, he's hit at all levels. He may come up and struggle. That would be to be expected.
Right.
Okay. If he doesn't, great. But big league curveballs that guys that have command like right now, you look at the difference with Kyle Harrison. He struggled today, pitched less than an inning. I think 2/3 of an inning. After 25 pitches, I think they took him out. He was, doesn't have full command of his pitches yet.
Right.
And
you can get away with it in Double-A because you just got so much good stuff.
Right.
But yeah, when you get up higher, you gotta have to command.
And he got hit pretty hard down in spring training, against big leaguers. So I think the mistake the Giants sometimes make is they talk about promoting some guys early, like Harrison. He'll be here. But they don't give other guys, a chance.
It's strange.
Like Ramos.
It seems like there is a little bit of a difference between pitching and a position player. I think pitching, you got to get a little bit more seasoned than, say, a position player.
Right. And I think, Ramos, he probably realizes he's up here through Wednesday. Then they go on the road. He's probably, I don't know who they face after, pitching wise on the road trip, if it's even scheduled that far out. But let me see. Where do they go on the road? Detroit. So are you going to really? I mean, Beatty has to go down, though, for is it 15 days for position players and 10 for pitchers, right?
I think it's something. Yeah, there's some kind of rule about that. Yeah.
So they got to be down for 15 days. So are they going to keep Ramos up, or are they going to tinker and send him back down and bring,
Well, and MF brings up a good point that the Giants signed Darren Ruff to a minor league contract.
Yes.
And that's another right-handed hitter. So that makes me wonder. So what's going on? I'm guessing they still don't trust Ramos, because what other right-handed outfielder do they have in AAA? Nobody. It's Ramos. I mean, it had the other guy, Giolito or something like that. But, I mean, that's just filler. But I bet you – I'm wondering if he's an insurance type of guy, wondering, if one guy goes down and they need to call someone up, he's kind of an emergency guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this about the Giants. I think they're short-sighted in their thinking, and they react on, the waiver wire, what's available, rather than looking long-term.
Right.
I mean, you're going to take Darren Ruff, watch, he's going to be up, and you had Stephen Piscotty, who can play the outfield pretty well.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that. I forgot that you let him go. Well, I was going to say, he asked for his release. That tells you something right there, too. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
That was huge.
I mean, they could have put Piscotty on the 26-man roster. They had no right-handed bats. They could have put him on there, and they could have released him later, but give him a shot, Yeah. Piscotty is a professional. I mean, if you're asking me who would I rather have, Darren Ruff or Stephen Piscotty, I'll take Piscotty because he's not a liability in the outfield.
Right.
And that's their stinking problem is defense.
Yeah.
And, Ruff's got some power, but he may be digressing. He did awful last year with the Giants and even worse with the Mets.
Yeah.
And,
did Piscotty ever get picked up anywhere else? I don't even know.
I haven't seen.
I don't think so. I didn't see anything on MLB trade rumors. I might have missed it though.
Let me look and see if he's still out
but
there.
Yeah, you're talking about. Hey, I mean, just look at the history of since Farhan's been running the club.
Still free agent.
There is no long term. There's everything's short term. I mean,
everything's short term.
Yeah, everything. Yep. No more than 3 years. So it's just. It's maddening for the fan base.
Yeah. I mean, who are you going to get behind?
Exactly. Because, it's just like the A's. It's hard to get behind an A's player who does good because they're going to be shipped off somewhere now.
Probably the number one selling jersey by the end of the year will be Casey Schmidt.
Yeah. Yep.
You watch. Because people are like, oh, Casey Schmidt, he's up and he ain't going anywhere. He's, right now, the only jerseys to get are probably Crawford and Webb.
And how about this? Remember, there was talk about maybe the Giants and Webb coming to an extension, and that went nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Who else was the trying to think of any other jerseys? Sable, if he's stuck, he I think he could become a fan favorite because I think he's going to hit. I just think baseball is all about, getting into a groove and you can get into funks as well. And
Conforto, people may buy, but the thing
is, Conforto. I think Conforto was a good signing.
He's going to opt out.
Oh, if he has a big year and hits 25 plus home runs, of course he'll opt out.
And the thing is, let's make sure, at the deadline, depending, of course, where the team is, don't be afraid to trade him if the team isn't going anywhere and not hold on to him,
Exactly.
Like they did with Rodon.
Yeah. Or if the team is in contention, extend him.
Even better. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. You got 1 year, 18, and you got a player option for year 2 at 18.
But you got to see who his agent is too, because Boras usually doesn't do that. So
it is Boros.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't do that. He lets his guys go to free agency.
Right.
He'll probably he's going to say, you need to go free agency. You're going to get paid.
Yeah. You'll get, 4 years, 25 a year.
Yep.
He's 30, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
He probably could get him 5 years.
He could probably get him 5 years. Yeah. Yep. And he'd probably get, 22. The longer the term, the shorter, the lower the AAV.
Right.
The shorter the term, the higher. So he could
that's
probably
what we're talking about. Spencer is. I don't think the Giants will have any success in trying to extend him just because of his agent, and that would be the only reason I would think.
Yeah. What else we got in the chat? We got some Beat LA stuff. Eddie K says Sable's a gamer. He's shown some fire that the team has lacked since Hunter Pence's heyday. Very true. Yeah, he's
good.
He's and he's athletic. I mean, if you saw the catch that he made as as the catcher yesterday when he was a pop-up and he was like, started coming drifting back toward the field a little bit. He was over and he got into the area of the on deck circle, stepped on
the minefield
donut, and then dove headlong. I mean, stretched out, and I don't know many catchers. Buster could have done it, but I mean, he's 6'4", and he needed all of it.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, I like Sabol. I like his game. I like his speed. The fact that he has speed, he can catch, play left field, and he's a left-handed batter.
And he's got a good head on his shoulders too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would do whatever I could for the Giants to keep him all year long. You can play around with it. You can shuffle things. You can do it. You can do a couple of IL stints. He's got a stinger. 15-day him here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him back up when he's eligible. Get another. I mean, you can find ways to push that out if he's not. You don't want him in the lineup.
Right.
But
hey, Mitchell. I mean, this is the Giants, so getting used to new players is that's all you can do as a Giants fan. You're always getting used to new players.
Where was that in the chat?
Was, I didn't watch any spring training games, but I'm still getting used to all the new players.
Yeah. It's a
constant revolving door.
Yeah. So
real quick, what do you make of what is that, Mark DeLucci's tweet with all the green seats?
Oh yeah. The crowd. He showed some upper deck photos. He went up to the upper deck and got a kind of a bird's eye view of the stadium, and you could see large patches. On TV, I thought, oh wow, pretty good crowd. Because you see people in every section.
Right.
But there's a lot of holes in those. There's like 3 rows nobody's in, and then you got people on above and below, and so it gets, when the TVs kind of just gives you a quick scan, all as you do is you see a mass of people.
And they're hitting areas that are more populated than the other. They're picking out areas to film rather than,
yes,
like that guy,
exactly.
like Mark, he took that picture like straight down below, and there was like 5 rows on like each section that was just totally barren.
Yeah, let me I can actually show it to you guys here. Let's see.
That is possible, MF. It is Easter, but man, it was a beautiful weekend here.
If you look at, I don't know if this is clear enough, but probably not.
Yeah,
in between there. Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little clearer.
Yeah, that's a better.
See all the upper deck? See all the upper deck there? Now look at the lower deck. Let me see if they get the lower deck there.
Do the next picture, because the third picture he has a shot like straight down from where he's at, and you could really see the empty rows.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at the empty rows right in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of empty rows right there.
Yeah. And so I don't know what was the announced crowd today? Let me look here.
Yesterday was what, 35?
35 yesterday. Today they're showing 30,207.
Wow.
30,207. Now they'll be in the 30s probably. Well, I don't know. Probably for the Dodgers.
Watch. There's going to be Dodger fans. Oh, I bet you there's more Dodger fans this next 3 games than there are Giants.
Yeah, and then they're all night games early in the season. School's still in. They won't sell out.
Yeah.
And if they weren't playing the Dodgers, if they were playing the Royals, if it was reversed, you would have had more people this weekend for the Dodgers Giants, and the Royals you would probably have 15,000 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Yeah, I bet you the Giants requested that the Royals be instead of the Dodgers. because
it's possible.
Because they know, like, hey, let's not waste, our big crowds, opening day weekend, big crowd on just the Dodgers because they draw anyway. So let's get somebody.
And you don't want to see a bunch of Dodger blue on opening day.
Yeah. Oh, my wife just cut up some mango. Look at that. Fresh mango. Yeah, the mangoes over here is really good. Yeah.
Don't eat too much of that, man. You'll be sitting on the pot for a while.
Oh, maybe that's it, huh? Yeah. Any Haniger injury update? Yesterday, what do you got, Eric? You read about it.
Oh, the only thing I saw, what was that on MLB Trade Rumors a couple of days ago? I guess he got delayed a bit because he's dealing with some back discomfort or back tightness or something. So I guess that pushed him out another week. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. Maybe he's overcompensating because of that oblique. But what is he? I think he's hitting off a tee right now, and I don't know when he's going to go for a rehab and how long. He really didn't have much of a spring, so I'm guessing his rehab is probably going to be more lengthy than, say, Bart.
Yeah, he may be more toward the end of April now.
Yeah, maybe.
Kapler did say wouldn't be any earlier than the 13th for Slater or Haniger, and Slater was ahead of Haniger. So, yeah. Arizona's off to a pretty good start.
Yep.
MF said, Larry, where did I just saw that? Yeah, I was right about the Diamondbacks. Dodgers are 5-5, so they're coming in. They're coming in reeling after losing 3 straight. If
they also got some starting pitching issues too.
They definitely do.
Yeah, and Buehler, of course, will be out all year.
I don't think the Dodgers.
Bay Area Music Lands talking about the cheap tickets. Yeah, because I remember during FanFest they were selling the opening day
packages.
For like, what was it, like $8 or something like? I can't remember. It was real cheap.
Yeah, and then they wanted to stick it to us season ticket holders, which I'm no longer. I'm now a former season ticket holder. I wasn't going to pay those prices and sit there and eat the tickets another year, while they lowball you. I mean, what kind of loyalty is that?
None.
I mean, oh wow, we get 15% off at the concessions, but you.
But they already raised. Don't they raise the prices anyways?
Yeah, they did raise the prices again this year. Raised the prices on a 500 team.
Yeah.
And 500, dang, they had to win like what? 9 out of 11, 9 out of 12 at the end of the year to get to 500, beat up basically Colorado and Arizona. But this year, Arizona, hey, they got speed all over the place. I'm kind of, if the Giants don't come through with some of these, guys in the farm system, they're going to be at the bottom of the standings in a few years, looking up at Colorado and Arizona, because Colorado's developing.
Here's a question that I want to ask you, because you hit on this. I think it was yesterday. The Giants were number 2 in pay or not in profit, correct?
They were second, yeah.
Yeah. Now they had a horrible season. Fans weren't showing up in the stands. Where is that money coming from? And see, that makes me wonder, do the Giants care? Because if they're making this much money on a horrible team, I mean, are they really caring? Because they're making that money?
Okay, let's take a look at the owners group. They bought in, they got 3 championships, and they got a 4th appearance in the World Series in 2002. They had competitive teams, and they weren't making money in the beginning, because there was a lot of, stuff to build up. Now the ballpark's paid
off. Yep.
And they got this, what do they call it? Rock. What's it called?
Oh, Mission Rock.
Mission Rock. Yeah. It's going to, so they got Mission Rock.
Sean, that's going to be, knows a lot about that.
That's going to be a cash cow for them. But the A's, where does Farhan come from?
The A's, of course, yeah.
A's. What are the A's known for?
Cheap.
cheap, but they're tops in profit. They make a lot of profit over there because they don't put any money. Because remember, these guys are getting revenue from MLB,
right? Revenue
they're
sharing.
getting other, so all this, to me, that's got to be revamped.
Yeah,
you got to have a minimum. You got to have a minimum what you spend. You can't be putting out a $28 million, $35 million payroll, for 26 guys, that a 40-man roster, paying guys that kind of money. And there's so to me, I don't know what the minimum should be, but probably somewhere in the 100 million range. And, if you're going to go to a cap at 250, whatever it is, but we'll see how that goes. Senior softball game says Luis Matos is playing well in AA. Hopefully he gets pushed to sack. That's what I'm hoping. Yes. I like Matos, and I don't know what how he's doing down there. I need to, when I get back home, I'm going to subscribe to the MILB and watch and I'm going to start watching, really, I want to watch Richmond and Sacramento because that's where the Giants pipeline is right now. I mean, the Eugene has, it was Eugene, and Luciano, I don't think Luciano, let's take a look.
Is he playing yet?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh, we're both looking.
Yeah, keep looking.
Is Von Brown? Is he still fighting injury? I think he is, isn't he? With that knee.
I'm not sure. Let's see what. Let me look at. I'm going to look at the Richmond. And Piscotty, by the way, is still a free agent. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, it says Von Brown still injured 7-day.
Really?
Yep.
Dang. Okay, so Richmond, I'm going to take a look at their Squirrels top fighting Phils to cap 3-game sweep. Let's see if we've got anything on the box score here today. Oh, the winning pitcher was Sweeney. I think that was the guy they drafted out of North Carolina State. Okay, so Richmond's lineup. Patrick Bailey went 2 for 4, hitting 420,
nice.
Hitting 429 with a 12-14 OPS. They have him batting third.
That's interesting.
Matos was batted second, was 1 for 5, but he's hitting 400. So if he's hitting 400, that means he's got to be what, like 8 for 20, maybe?
Wow.
I mean, wait. Oh, he's probably 4 for 10. I don't know how long they've been playing. He's either 4 for 10 or 8 for 20 because you can't have 400 any other way this early.
Yeah, it shows Luciano's on the roster, but of course he's still on the injured list.
Yeah, Bailey 2 for 4. Auerbach plays third. He also can catch, play the outfield, 2 for 4. Those are the names of Black, Mason Black. He's starting pitcher. He was he's up high on their prospect list.
That's right.
Let's take a look at the game.
Whatever happened? Hey, Dan, remember that one guy they protected that they put him on the 40-man. I think it's Jose Cruz or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where is he at? I don't even. Is he?
He might be at Eugene. I'm not sure where he's at.
Because I know they protected him.
Let me see. You know what I can do is I can just let me see what yesterday's Rich. Okay, so let me look. I got that messed up. Let me see if I can find their roster here. Some of these some of their websites aren't too good here. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Schedule, roster, team stats, game by game.
I know we were watching Eugene Emeralds quite a bit last year because that's where you had Matos and Luciano.
Yeah.
Casey Schmidt. I mean, there was a bunch of guys up there. Von Brown.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you want to start seeing those guys. You want to follow them. Matos has 1 home run on the season. Let's see, hits.
There he is. Yeah, Jose Cruz. He's in. He's with the Eugene.
Oh, he's with Eugene. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's high A. Relief pitchers can advance pretty fast, though. You know.
Is he? Is that what he's going to be?
I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is. Didn't they protect him from the Rule 5?
Yeah,
was he one of the guys?
Exactly. He's the one they put on the 40-man. Yeah.
Okay, so they've got 3 guys basically: Ramos, Matos, and him. And I thought there was one other guy they had to protect.
Trying to remember. It was Matos, Luciano, Jose Cruz, and I can't remember. I have to look at the 40-man to be honest.
Yeah. Harrison, MF Harrison is the next Beatty. Well, let's hope not.
Oh gosh, I know, huh?
Yeah, he was Luciano isn't playing yet. Senior softball games. Bailey's hitting well too. Yeah, it's only 3 games. Yeah, I think AAA starts the same time as MLB because of sending guys up and down, and then the lower levels start a week later. Started a week later.
Right.
Mark Graves says the Oracle Park food is overrated. Only a few items are good.
Well, heck, you can't even go do that anymore, man. You try to go get in a concession line. By the time you come back, 2 innings are already done.
Oh, the games are flying. It's the 6th inning, and it was today. I looked and I was like, wait a minute. It's the top of the 6th. This game's only a little over an hour old. I mean, you're getting up. And then they had a couple of weird delays, but the Giants have been averaging like 2.5 hours a game. Let's see what today's game was.
Hey, real quick, I'm just taking a look
2:15.
How
2:15. Yeah, wow. And that's with the couple of those, weird delays.
But
what about the Emeralds?
Grant McCray, he's batting 500 right now.
Good for him. Yeah, that's good. The Giants need a huge year through the whole farm system to get them moved up in the rankings. They got moved down because everybody had bad years. Right. I am coming home Tuesday, the 11th, senior softball games. I'll be back Tuesday. Fly into San Francisco, arrive 10:45 Tuesday. Then I got to go through, what do they call it? Immigration or customs. Yeah, go through that. And then once you get through that, get the luggage, all that, then I got a flight on Southwest, because I didn't book it all the way through because didn't work out. So move over to Southwest, and I think I get home. I think I end up getting home at like just before 5:00, my flight in Phoenix. So yeah, so I'll be in time to watch Dodgers Giants at the Tuesday night game, and see. I'm glad the Warriors aren't playing Tuesday night in the play-in. We should cover a little Warriors talk. Today's game was an unbelievable rout. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go to that, I see MF says, Dan, you see Chaz Chisholm got ejected. Is he a good culture player? He's a bohemian, like Lucius Fox was, the guy that the Giants had drafted.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, there was high hopes on him.
Yeah. A lot of high hopes on a lot of these guys. I've seen highlights of Chisholm. He's kind of animated, a little bit, can get fired up, hot-headed, I guess, maybe. Is he good? Would he be good with the Giants? I don't know, but maybe not so much with. Who knows if he would be good with Kapler, but I just like his game. So, hey, look at that, Graves. You need a ride home, Dan, from the airport. Actually, I kind of do. I was going to take an Uber, but yeah, because I was gonna have my son pick me up, but he's under the weather right now, so I may need a ride. Yeah, if you're offering, that would be great. But looks like let's see what else we got. Oh, Rudy Gobert, most hated player, and that's from the T-Wolves players. I don't know if you heard about this, Eric. Today, during a timeout on the Timberwolves bench, it was a big, important game for them to win to get, higher seed. They got the 8th seed, so they got 2 shots now to win one game. Whereas if you go in as the 9th or 10th seed and you lose, you're done. So the way it works is the 7 plays the 8. 7 has the home game. The winner of the 7-8 is the 7th seed. And then the winner of the 9-10 plays the loser of the 7-8. Oh, so let's say just everything went, accordingly to seed. 7 plays 8, 7 wins. They become the 7th seed. 8 now is going to host the winner of the 9-10. So let's say 9 wins. Then 8 has the home game. And 9 ended up being New Orleans. Had Minnesota lost, they would have been the 9 seed, and they may have had to play New Orleans, which would have been the 8th seed. So, it got kind of – so it was an important game, and it was tense. And during a timeout, I always forget the guy's first name, Anderson, for 6'7", 6'8", like forward, not a great shooter. I always forget his name.
Hey, while you look, Mitchell Gonzalez had back surgery, so he's done for half the season.
Oh yeah, he's out. What happened to Gonzalez? Yeah, let me check that. Somebody knows the name of the Anderson. I don't know why I always forget his name. Let's see. Hold on here. I was going to describe what happened to you. I'm kind of getting off track here with the name because it's bugging me. I think is it Kyle Anderson? I think it is Kyle. Let me look. Yeah, Kyle Anderson. So Kyle Anderson, and they're like, there's the bench. They're all kind of sitting down, and then on one side, Gobert's standing up, and Anderson's standing up, and they're about 5 feet apart, and they're yakking at each other. And Anderson's saying, "Hey, block some shots," to Gobert. And Gobert comes back with, "We'll get some rebounds." And then supposedly Anderson called him a bitch or something, and something like that. And Gobert reaches over and punches him in the chest. Own teammate.
Wow, friendly fire.
Yeah. And so some other player on the Minnesota bench pushed Gobert back, like, "What are you doing?" And then the T-Wolves just they took him to the locker room, Gobert, and basically sat him out. He wasn't eligible to play the rest of the game.
Wow. Not a good way to go into the playoffs.
Oh, and then another player from Minnesota, his name was McDaniels. Yeah. He's a starting power forward like Jaden McDaniels, good player. He walked into the locker room. I don't know what he went in there for, but he punched the wall and fractured his hand.
Wow.
So
He did the whole Hunter Strickland and Devin
yeah,
Williams.
exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I saw him walking in, but I don't know why he was walking, if he got thrown out of the game or what the deal was, why he but yeah, that Timberwolves kind of going into the playoffs a mess. Wouldn't be surprised to see them not they're going to be the 8th seed. The Lakers will beat them most likely. And then they'll go back and probably play New Orleans again because New Orleans will be hosting Oklahoma City. So I would think I'm going to project that New Orleans ends up as the 8th seed. So just based on what happened today, fact that McDaniels is out, who knows if Gobert. I mean, those are things they're going to have to settle really quick because they got a game turnaround, Tuesday night. So
wow.
in LA, so they got to go to LA. LA's.
Hey, Senior, I appreciate the words. I love the Giants. I'm good on baseball, but when we start getting into some of the other sports, I'm more of a broad picture guy when it comes to basketball and football. But
what Senior?
He's just talking about he enjoys the pace of the show. Super mellow, but great Giants talk.
Yeah. He says I should go over to the Arizona facility to see what I can find out about Luciano. If he's still down there, maybe I will.
Yeah,
maybe,
you should see what you can see.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let me in with my old credential.
Hey, MF, is the Masters over already, or did they? I thought they delayed it one day, didn't they?
Well, I think they were trying to get 2 rounds in today, and John Rahm won.
Oh, so it's over. So yeah, Dave Fleming, I guess maybe back tomorrow then.
Yeah, John Rahm, Brooks Koepka is kind of a guy a lot of the people don't like. A lot of the players, he's kind of an arrogant guy to a lot of people. But what's amazing is Phil Mickelson finished tied for second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, -8. So he made himself 1.6, maybe pay off some of his gambling debts. I think he's got some big, yeah. So I didn't follow it because I just on ESPN on the line, I couldn't actually get it to play on CBS. I'm looking here at the leaderboard. Jordan Spieth finished tied for 4th with Patrick Reed at -7. Scotty Scheffler tied for 10th, -4. Just going over some big names here. Xander Schauffele was also -4, tied for 10th, and Morikawa at -4. Cantley -3 was tied for 14th. Matsuyama -2. I think he won the Masters a couple years ago. The Japanese guy.
I think it was last year. Was it last year?
Was it last year? I'm not sure. Was it last year?
It was recently.
I know it was recent. Let's see. Just going down the leaderboard here. Oh wow, he's fallen off. Mighty Dustin Johnson +8.
Ouch.
Wow. Ouch. I don't even think did Tiger even make the cut? I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't even hear his name being mentioned
anywhere. Oh, Corey McIlroy was cut. Tiger Woods withdrew. Okay. Shot a 74 and a 73. So I don't know. Did that mean he made the cut and he withdrew, or did he?
Maybe he's fighting something physical or something.
I mean, he probably realized he wasn't in contention and it's just too much physical on him. Let's see. What was the cut? 75-71. So the cut was at 146. Oh, it looks like Tiger missed the cut by 1, maybe. If I'm.
Oh, Mark's saying
Yeah.
he withdrew in the 3rd round.
Oh, he did make it.
Oh, he was limping. That's what Mark's saying.
Okay. So he did make the cut. And interesting. Yeah.
So what do you think? I know a lot of people are talking about this, and every time I watch you guys on the Larry Show, you guys are talking about the potential for Kings and Warriors. So it looks like that's going to happen, huh?
Yeah, it's that. Let's go over it a little bit here. Spencer says no major injuries. I think the Kings are going to surprise some people and get it done in 5. That means they're beating the Warriors once in San Francisco and winning 3 games at home. They're winning. Wow. I can't see that. I think the Warriors get it done in 6. It could go to 7. I think the Warriors get it done in 6. This is a team that's peaking just the right time. They won 4 out of their last 5. They won their last 3 road games. Granted that the last 2.
Yeah, the last 2 that were kind of.
Yeah. They were playing B League teams, or not a regular full
right. You're playing
squad.
Bench players, right? Yeah.
But it's still a win on the road that they struggled with, and they're getting a taste of winning on the road. They're going in relatively healthy. They're getting Andrew Wiggins back. They've got GP2 playing full speed. You get by the Kings and you get Andrew Wiggins 6 games. Maybe he plays, works himself into game shape. I think, Mark Graves says Kings better not lose game 1 or they're dead. Yeah, that it's going to be interesting. The Warriors have had a full week of rest. Today's Sunday. When do they play? Is it Friday?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Let me take a look at the schedule here. NBA. Okay. So it looks like there will be. No, they don't play till Sunday. It's already scheduled. Sunday.
Oh wow. They get a whole week off, huh?
Or maybe it's Saturday. I'm looking at Sunday, 4:16, 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's Saturday. I'm looking. ESPN's giving me
the time that
Philippine time. Yeah. So it's 8:30 in the morning here. So that means it would be Saturday at 5:30 at night. Must be a 5:30. If I do my math right in my head, must be playing Saturday night, 5:30. Also, that day the Nets play the Sixers, and don't know who the Celtics will be playing because of the play-in, and the Cavs and Knicks, and somebody will be playing the Bucks. Are all these games on Saturday? Do they have them all?
So here, because just by listening, like I said, listening to you guys talk basketball, you think it's going to be I noticed you guys are talking about the weaknesses on both teams seem to be the defenses. So you think this is going to be like a firepower type of series where it's just going to be a bunch of points everywhere?
When the playoffs start, the game tends to get tighter. And you see a lot of games like 102-100, even 99-96 wins. I think there'll be a game or 2 like that, but I think there'll be some that will be higher scoring. But I think the Warriors defense will tighten up more because now you've got Gary Payton, you got Andrew Wiggins, you got Kuminga, and DiVincenzo. They're all pretty strong defenders. And then Clay's getting back to Clay. Klay Thompson, here's something. First time in his career, he made 300 threes this year. Only the 3rd player to do it. It's Curry and James Harden. So Klay Thompson has come, maybe all the way back to have like one of his best seasons. I mean, he shot over 41% from the three. He started horrible. So what he did the last half of the season was remarkable.
So what would you say is one key weakness on each team? Because I guys hear you guys talking a lot about Poole and how he can be hit and miss. Is he a weakness on the Warriors? I don't know much about the Kings.
I think the weakness on the Kings is probably their defense, and they don't have a lot of rim protection like the Warriors. So they're very similar. Yeah. I mean, Sabonis is their big guy down low, and Looney, both those guys, Sabonis is a really good player. He's a great player, but he's not a great rim protector. And if they can do a lot of switching to keep him out, bring him out away from the basket and force him to, he's either got to choose to, maybe guard Curry or, drop down low. And so, I mean, I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on, switching, getting Sabonis having to guard, Poole or Curry. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a rocking place, as Lou Marston says. It will be loud. Correct, Lou. They definitely have to steal a game in Sacramento.
How about this aspect of the game? And I understand the players got to win the game, but what do you think about the matchup between the two head coaches? Who has the advantage as far as strategy? It seems like what is that? Mark Brown, the head coach for the Kings,
or Mike Brown,
or Mike Brown. He knows the Warriors system.
Oh, well, 6 years he was the number one assistant. Definitely.
And Kerr will know how Brown kind of operates as well, just because he was his assistant there for a while. So
and then
that should be an interesting
he's got two assistants that he took with him, Mike Brown from the Warriors too. So
see?
Yeah. So I mean, this is a family, people know each other very well. So usually, but not always, but usually teacher beats pupil. And when I'm not calling Mike Brown a pupil in the sense that he's inferior, because he was a head coach before Kerr.
Right.
But
as far as the system, the way they play.
System, right. So I think Wiggins going to be tough. I don't know how much you'll be able to count on him. I see what else the comments. Monk, easy. That's probably, I don't know what the question of that was, if that was what the weakness was. I mean, Monk's a great scorer, shooter. Yeah. Joshua Shaw says tough to call on who wins, but Warriors experience favors them. I love my Kings though. Let's see. Every other Kings Warriors, can you really count? Oh, Lou, can you count on bet the over every Kings versus Warriors game? So take the over. So what you were talking about being the high scoring.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. As I said, playoffs tend to, everything tightens up.
Right.
They let them play more, less foul calls. So it'll be interesting, but I tend to agree that over, with these two teams should be, depends on what the over is.
I mean, realistically, how much of a role you think Wiggins is going to play, just for the simple fact that the guy he's not even in regular season shape, let alone, getting into a playoff run. I mean, is he really going to play that much of a part in this? I mean, maybe if it goes deep, but it seems like it'd be an uphill climb for him to really do anything, as far as being a huge contributor.
Yeah. It's so hard to expect. You'll see pretty quickly in the game what he's like. The fact that the game's Saturday and he's been in camp back with the Warriors for a week almost now. So he's getting 2 weeks to, practice, ramp up. So it'll be very interesting. I don't think they put him out there a ton in the first game or two.
Mm-hmm.
For Wiggins, he's got to do something well. I mean, he's either got to, score, rebound, or play great defense. And I think right now he probably needs to just focus on defense and rebounding.
Right.
Don't
now.
You got other scorers.
I wouldn't doubt his ability. I'm just doubting having the lungs and the legs and the physical part of having to play a game, not necessarily his ability. Of course, he's a great player. It's just having that foundation underneath him to be able to last the duration of games.
Yeah, on this 237 is the over under. Gosh, that's like a 119, 120, 118 game. I think you might consider the under on this one. Just the first game. It's hard to say. Maybe it could go over early, and then games tend to tighten up more and more as they make adjustments. Make adjustments. But I've seen a lot of first games become very low scoring in the playoffs. I'm with Mitchell and Ness here that he says he kind of likes Kuminga over Wiggins. To be honest, I feel that way for starting right now. I'm going to stand up and stretch. This seat is not too comfortable. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would go with Wiggins right now. I mean, Kuminga, and then bring Wiggins off the bench. I don't know why you would start him if he's,
right.
If he's not just rounding up and getting into game shape. So, but let's see what else we got in here. Eddie K says he'll play about 10 minutes. I think he'll play 15 to 17, 18 minutes is my guess for Wiggins. You got 24 minutes and a half. My guess is he plays, 9, 10 minutes max, a half. He'll probably get 2 4 to 5 minute stints each quarter. And then what they'll probably do, wouldn't surprise me if it's generally how you get a guy back in shape, is you start him, give him 4 or 5 minutes, and then he rests and he plays the last 5 minutes. So he's had, a lot of time to get his wind. And then he starts the third quarter, does the same thing. But I don't know if you want him closing out a game, at this point. That'll be determined. But somehow I think he gets, 18 to 20 minutes in there. First game, and then each game from there, depending on how he's performing, how he's doing, they bump that up a couple minutes. And then by, if they get past Sacramento round 2, now he's up to 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got any more takes? Any more? Hey, if anybody, Shardal says, can you send the link? Shardal's got, I was just thinking about having the link out there if anybody wants to join it. Let's see. How do we got that? How do I do that link?
You want me to get it?
Yeah, you can. You know how to do it?
I just copy and paste it.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you get it into the. Oh, you post a comment. Is that how you do it? You hit post a comment?
Yeah, that's all. I just copy the email.
Okay.
The link in the email, and I just type it into chat.
Yeah. So anybody wants to come in, we'll give you a little time here. Got some takes you want to. I know Shardal's going to fire off some questions like at me And
was Conforto's home run majestic? Yes, today was majestic.
Is that in there? Or is that the
no,
question?
He said that the other day, remember?
Yeah, what'd you think? What'd you think of this question? What'd you think of that? Yeah. Yeah, he'd be good at man, he'd be like one of those good paparazzi guys interviews. he'd get the information. So yeah. Shardalls was on the show, was it yesterday?
Yeah, a couple of nights ago, yeah.
A couple nights ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're still running live from the Philippines banner. I could take that off for a while. There we go. Create some more banners here. Let's see. Yeah, we're not going to go too long here. So if anybody wants to hop in, got some questions.
My camera battery or the phone battery starting to get on the low side.
Eddie Katie says it's playoffs now. All I ask is if the lane is open, the bucket is there for you. No kicking it out for a 3 when the bucket gift wrapped for you, please. And the bucket is gift wrapped for you, please. Yeah. Yeah. Take the points in the playoffs. Yeah. Open mic night. Love it. Should be a regular thing on Sunday nights. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's something maybe you could do, like do open line Friday or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's open line Friday. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, MF has a good question. Hey, are you going to be doing any player interviews during the season?
I hope to. I need to get up to San Francisco. I thought I would maybe, Tuesday if I was willing to stick around and, get into the clubhouse for Tuesday's game and Wednesday. But after you've been gone for almost 2 full weeks, you just want to get home.
Yeah.
I don't want to take another stop and it's like, another hotel. So what else we got here?
Hey, take care, Mitchell. We'll catch you on the next one.
What's he saying here?
He's out. He's heading out.
All right. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Mitchell and Ness. Sounds like a law firm.
It does, doesn't it?
Hey, if you need an attorney, call Mitchell and Ness.
Yeah, that sounds like a Giants commercial on KMBR.
Yeah, happy Easter to you, Mitchell and Ness. Or is it Mitchell Ness? I'm not sure what is, maybe, not sure. I see Will says later Mitch, so maybe his first name is Mitchell or Mitch. It goes by Mitch. Let's see. Spencer Alsey says, I think Sabonis has an insane game in the first game, and then they try and double him the next game a ton. Yeah. What else we got here?
Yeah, that's right. The Dolan Law Firm. I've heard that one for years.
Lou's saying, Dan, both teams only win with offense. Defense isn't a factor, especially when playing at home. Definitely in the regular season. Somewhat could be in the playoffs. I think the Warriors really have to learn to, if they want to go all the way, it's going to be their defense. It's going to have to propel them. And that means that's why the importance of having Wiggins back. With Wiggins, Peyton, that's the whole reason they traded for Peyton. And, James Wiseman was a non-factor for this team. And he wasn't going to be a factor this year. So when they got Peyton and then they found out that he was still injured, it was like, oh, well, we can just rescind the trade and we can get, but they looked at it and said, no, they're looking at the long term, not, and the long term is, hey, here comes April, May, hopefully June. They want to make a run. Mm-hmm. And he's so important to the defense. So, but if you only have one really good defensive player, it doesn't make your team that great defensively.
Right.
But when you have 3 guys or 4 guys, Curry's a good defender. He's not a great defender, but he's not a liability like he used to be years ago. Then you've got Wiggins, who's an elite defender, and Draymond Green is an elite defender. Now you got 2 elite defenders on the floor. And then if you bring in Peyton, you've got 3 elite defenders on the floor. And then you can put in DiVincenzo, or you can put in Kuminga. Now you've got 3 elite defenders, and I'm going to put Kuminga up there in the, not elite yet, but he's getting there. He's really good. He moves his feet well. He's tenacious. So you get 4 guys, 5 guys attacking the ball, and man and switching, and they're able to switch up and guard, all 5 guys. That just makes the game so much tighter on defense, where the offense isn't able to get easy buckets, and so that's what they're looking at. That's what I see the game really tightening up. I would expect to see a lot of those guys, and if Wiggins is in game shape, he's a really great defender. So
here's a good question. Is there going to be more fireworks in the series or in the post game if you show up with Cyrus?
Where's this one?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh,
more fireworks in the series or in the post game?
I would hope in the series. I mean, geez, I'm not a guy that enjoys conflict.
You just gotta have to laugh, right?
Yeah, but I don't look for conflict.
No.
But if you're gonna disrespect me and dish me, I'm gonna give it back. So, let's see.
MF was asking if you're going to do a post game you're probably going to be doing it with Larry, I'm guessing, the post game on the playoffs.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. SF Giants post game show with Mr. Marbles is worse than last year. It's almost impossible. What is? Oh, San Francisco Giants post game show. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Giants tough. I mean, they were lucky they avoided a sweep today. I mean,
yeah, they did.
I'm telling you that the fact, I mean,
because they were looking ugly up to that 8th inning, 11 strikeouts.
Hey, if Flores didn't come through with that hit,
oh yeah, totally different.
It would have been going to the 9th down, 1-0, right? Yeah. And if they got shut out with, 3 hits or 4 hits or whatever, I was just like, man, it's they're hard to watch again.
Yeah,
right now. Really, yeah. Yeah. So what else we got here? Miss Greg Papa MF says, gonna go through the comments one more time, the chat.
Hey Lou, I'm telling you, Giants facing Urias, it's probably going to be the same thing because he carves up the Giants, it seems.
Yeah, they had 2 hits going into the 8th. Yeah, exactly. And I think the 3rd hit was Johnson's hit, and then the 4th hit was Flores. Yeah,
and it was and not only
disgusting.
Is Urias a lefty, he's a good lefty, and the Giants are weak right now on the right-hand side of the bat.
Yeah, they don't have any guys on the right side. That's why they brought up Ramos. I mean, as I said earlier in the show, they signed Darren Ruff. Wouldn't surprise me if Darren Ruff is up for Wednesday. Against Kershaw.
You know what?
I called the Ramos shot, right?
Yeah, you did.
2 days ago, before he was in, I said, wouldn't surprise me if the Giants bring up Ramos and send down Matt Beatty because they're facing 3 lefties in the next 4 games. And they did. And they're gonna, it's like, I don't know why you had Piscotty, who had a good spring. And I'm okay if you don't have Piscotty, but you're going to put Darren Ruff. You're going to bring Darren Ruff back in.
Yeah.
I mean, how many guys, slow right-handed guys, do you need? You got VR, Flores, and
JD Davis.
JD Davis. I mean, he's not super. He's not fast. He's not fast. And you got now, and you're going to bring up Ruff. I mean, you're talking about bringing in the same dang team that you've had for years.
Kind of like what Larry said with the 2012 Detroit Tigers, get the fat guys moving.
Yeah. Lou says the crowd was 22,000. They announced, if that, they announced it, Lou, at 30,207. Don't believe it. There was tons of empty seats all over the place. Place holds what, 40,000 roughly?
Yeah,
a little over 40?
40, 42, something like that.
I think you can get 41 in there. Yeah. It looked to me about 25,000 is what I guessed. But, you know, Lou, were you at the game today? I know Lou's got tickets. All the Giants fans bitching when players leave. Brendan Belt 1 for 24. Oh, my goodness.
Ouch.
That's
bad. That's really bad.
Dang.
Mario. Who knows, maybe. What? No. What did he sign? He signed a 1 year. Yeah,
right? He's just a 1 year. Yeah, maybe he'll be. If they let him go, maybe he'll be back here.
Yeah, I never know. You never know.
All the Giants. Okay, where was it?
Oh, senior. You're saying Belt has 15 strikeouts.
Somebody said, 15 Ks too for Belt. Wow.
Is that what it is? That's what I'm going to make sure. I think that's what he's alluding to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He might be done.
He might be done. MF is quoting all the KMBR commercials.
They better not let him increase. Oh, I predict the downfall of Mookie Betts this year. Spencer says they better not let him increase his average when he plays the Giants. Yeah. I thought I saw something on.
Wait, so who's all starting for the Giants? Because I know Urias, May, and Kershaw, but I
know Webb's going to be in there, probably Cobb. Let me see what they've got the rotation. You know, that's the other thing. They don't even know the rotation. They don't. It's like Manaea pitched well today, so what does Kapler say? He goes, well, he pitched well. He's definitely in consideration for a spot the next time up. Like, what does that mean? On. That means I don't know yet what I'm going to do. Give these guys some roles. Stripling is not pitching well. Don't, let him pitch in games. Like, instead of pitching Beatty the other day when you're up 16-3,
throw out Stripling. Yeah.
Throw out Stripling. Let him get, his work in there.
It's not part of the plan, Dan. That's the problem.
Jeez. I mean, this is the area that, you can't put him in a game in either, high leverage until he gets his stuff down.
Right.
So the
only three really bona fide starters, I guess, right now is Webb, Cobb, and Desclafani, and that's it for the most part. Right. Everyone else is kind of just whatever.
Okay, so
whatever the computer spits out, I guess.
So tomorrow, the matchup is Urias, which we've been talking about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Wood.
Webb. Yeah, I forget. Okay, and then Tuesday, it is Dustin May against Alex Wood. And then Wednesday, I'm guessing it's Kershaw Cobb. Let me see. Kershaw's
Cobb. Game 3. Yeah.
Kershaw Cobb. So,
man, I can't even get these damn starting pitchers right now because they're getting all jumbled up of when they start and when they don't start, and you're just like, man.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy. Yeah. So, and then
I'm gonna have to get going here soon, Dan. I got like 6% on this phone.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw Chardal in there. I was just going to bring him in, and I was just about ready to bring him in, and I was finishing that. He's not back, and he left the room. Farhan and Kapler treating our pitchers like our batters. It has a disaster written all over it. Yeah, you're right, Lou.
Good point.
Has a disaster written all over it. Yeah. And then, Junis is going to piggyback on Wood, MF says. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's done that. Yeah, you did that last time.
So, Wood's good for 4, 5 tops, and then you get him out of there, and they'll bring in Junis. But then, Junis
the plan says if Wood goes 7, you got to bring in Junis in the 8th.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, Wood's pitching a, no-hitter. He's doing great. He's thrown only 50 pitches through 6. He gets in, goes, in the 7th. He's still rolling, but he's given up couple hits, but he's, he's rolling. But we're going to go with Junis in the 8th because he was penciled in to follow him.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Dan. I'll catch you later. So I guess the next time I'll see you on a live is when you're back in the States, huh?
Yeah, I think I'll probably do something Tuesday night. Cool. After the Giants-Dodgers game. I don't know if I'm sure Larry will be doing one. He'll probably do one Monday night after the Giants-Dodgers game. I'll be in the air somewhere. And I think I could still be in Korea waiting my layover.
You probably are.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. We'll take you later. Senior.
All right, Eric. Hey, thanks for joining again, and have a good one.
Hey, you bet, Senior. It was good seeing you. We hope to see you in the chat more often. Take it easy.
All right. Have a good night, Eric.
See you.
All right. Eric Romo, thanks for joining. Now we got my air conditioner in the background and my TV. I'm in this little tiny. I almost should measure this. I'm guessing. This place is a little square. It's a little Airbnb. Like, I'm guessing it's probably no more than 15 by 18. So if you took 15 by 18, 270 square foot. Yeah, that's about where I'm in. But it's comfortable and it's cool. That's all I care about. It's cold in here, which I like, instead of hot and muggy outside. Senior Softball says, Dan, you still have 26 viewers. Keep going. Hey, could we get it up to 30? I don't know what the highest is we've had in here. We're a relatively new channel. Hey, if you're in the stream or and you're looking in the chat, hit the like and subscribe button. Even just hitting the like helps. It just helps the algorithms. So get more, way YouTube positions you on the page. Like if you type in NorCal Sports Network, when it first started, the first thing to pop up was NorCal Sports TV. Now, when you type in NorCal Sports Network, we're popping up ahead of them, and then they're just below us. Keep hitting that like button so that we get more recognition with YouTube. And hit the subscribe. Grilled Cheese says, enjoying the show. Yes. Thank you, Grilled Cheese. Dan, are you going to do an NFL mock draft? No, I'll leave that to Larry. That is his expertise. I love the draft, but for me to go through the whole thing and figure it out, that's not really my cup of tea. Especially when I've been traveling and stuff and everything. But hey, let me bring in Chardal. I see him in the green room. He's ready to join us. Welcome, Chardal.
Hey Dan, how's your night going so far?
Well, it's going good. It's actually it's only 12:43 here in the afternoon. It's Monday afternoon here, so I'm in the Philippines. I'll be leaving. My flight actually leaves in about just about 12 hours.
So as a San Francisco Giants fan, Salvador Perez has been a pain in my ass for so many years. I don't like him so much because when I went to the home opener against the Royals, Salvador Perez hit a home run.
Yeah.
And then he hit in game 2, he also hit a home run, and we ended up losing that game 6-5. So what?
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Salvador Perez so much for that. I would blame Gabe Kapler for having Ross Stripling in the game to pitch to Salvador Perez. You don't pitch Salvador Perez low because he golfed the thing out, but he's not a good high ball hitter. If you remember in 2014, he made the last out of the Game 7 of the World Series. Mad Bum never threw him a pitch below the letters. He kept going up, up, and up. And what did he do? He ended up getting underneath, popped it up to Sandoval in foul territory for the last out. You got to know how to pitch to him.
The reason why I dislike Salvador Perez is that guy has power, and that guy can hit the ball out of the park.
Right. Yeah, he hit 48 home runs in 2021 season.
And I'm surprised that Salvador Perez is the only catcher from that 2014 World Series team when he played Kansas City in the World Series.
Yeah, I mean he's a home run hitter. He's a home run threat. Ross Stripling had given up 4 home runs already in 6 1/3 innings pitched. To leave him in there in that situation with 2 out in the top of the 8th and you're up 5-2. What are you thinking? You can't leave a guy out there to work out his issues. Ross Stripling he's a good pitcher. He had a good year last year. He's had some good seasons. He's not a closer.
Just like when you look at basketball, for example, like the Warriors, you can't leave a 3-point shooter wide open, because if you leave a 3-point shooter wide open, he's probably going to 100% nail that shot. He's probably going to get that shot down the net for sure. Right.
That's right.
Just like in baseball, you don't want to leave a really good hitter who's known for hitting power, who's known for a lot of power, and they can hit it to any area of the field. So that was definitely heartbreaking for me to go to that home opener and see Perez hit that bomb, and then hit that bomb in the second game of the series.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm a long-time Giants fan watching this team for so many years, and I've never seen some guy hit 2 bombs consecutively back to back, one in game 1, one in game 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never see that. I never like to see that, right, Dan? Are you?
Well, yeah, you never want to see that, but it happens. It happens, but you gotta, if you're gonna lose a game with your guys that are experienced at closing out games or late inning games,
how
Ross Stripling is a fly ball pitcher. What's that?
How resilient do you think this Giants team has been throughout the season? They've been bouncing back from tough losses.
Well, they haven't won 2 games in a row. They're 9 games into the season. They started the first 6 win or lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. Then they lost, and then they won. So they have yet to put 2 games in a row together. I said it after as early as game 2 in the season. I said this has the looks of a 500 team because they're Jekyll and Hyde. They're hot one day, the next day they can't hit. And they hit 5 homers, they hit 7 homers, they get 2 hits. This is not the mark of an excellent team. Excellent teams don't go Jekyll and Hyde each game. They put together 2-3 good games in a row of hitting, and maybe their bats aren't good in the 4th game, but they learn how to win it through pitching. This team is built to be a 500 team. Now, if they hit a lot of home runs, like they have the appearance, it looks like they will, and they pitch well, they can surprise some people and maybe sneak into a wild card winning 88 to 90 games. But on the other hand,
in the Warriors,
let me finish this real quick, Charlotte. On the other hand, this team could lose 90 games, you know, it just, that's why I kind of say it looks like a 500 team to me. So
what
we'll
were
see.
your thoughts on the Warriors putting up 55 points on the Trailblazers? I mean, that's the most points a team has put up on another team in the regular season.
It's the most 55 points in a quarter in history. It was an unbelievable first quarter. They came out, did what they had to do. They were hot. I don't know how many threes they hit in the first quarter, like 11 or 12. I can't remember. It was unbelievable. Klay Thompson.
I think how many points did Steph Curry have in this game?
You know, I turned the game off in the fourth quarter because they were up by like 50. So I was just like, well, I'll just watch the Giants game. I was watching both, and then I just kind of like, all right. How many points did Curry have tonight? Let me tell you real quick here. I think it was in the 20s, mid-20s, wasn't it? Let's pull up the box score right here. They won by 56, 157 to 101. Steph Curry ended up with 26 points, 5 of 10 from the three-point line. Klay was 6 of 11, ended up with 20, 6 of 11 from three. They made 27 of 49 from 3 points. That's 55%. That might have set a record. Does anybody know if that's an NBA record for three-pointers in a game? I know the record before was in the 20s. NBA record.
Yeah, I think it might be a record tonight. Most three-pointers made.
Let me see. I'm going to look that up because I thought the record was like 25 or 26. Might have been 20. I think Houston maybe did it years ago. Let's see. I don't know. Let me look here. Johnson's speed ignites Giants rally. Been saying that the whole season so far. Play somebody that's athletic. Gosh, seeing slow guys out there is just awful. 29 by Milwaukee. Thanks, Mark. When did they do that? I didn't realize. I know it was the Warriors had it at one time like at 22, 21, 22, and then Houston broke it. And wow, Warriors came close today. They were probably going for it too. 27 of, but to shoot the percentage they did, that's unbelievable. 55% from 3-point. Hold on here. Let me pull that back up again. Yeah, 27 of 49. They should have shot 59 of them. They would have broke the record. They would have had 10 more shots. 27 of 49. That's let me see. 27 of 49. That's 81 points off threes. Off twos, if you had 27 threes, that's equivalent to 20. Let's see, just doing my math right here. 54 points if you made 27 twos. So they made 81 points off three. So 81 to 54. Yeah. I mean, that's plus 27, by making them a 3-point shot. So
out of this 3-game series against the Royals, which game do you thought was more entertaining? Do you think that game 2 was way entertaining or game 3?
Depends on if you're looking at it from a baseball fan's perspective or from a Giants fan.
I'm looking at a perspective of a Giants fan.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're looking at it as a Giants fan, I mean, it's hard to say. Neither one are really that entertaining. I mean, they had one good inning out of 8 at bats. It was boring as hell.
I mean game 2 was entertaining because at least they scored 5 runs, so at least they didn't get it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean they had 5 runs, but I mean, like I say, as a baseball fan, that's entertaining because you watched a good game at the end and you saw, a team come back. I had to kind of chuckle when the Giants just gave it up because I thought, this is ridiculous. I mean, you had momentum going, right? You're building, you're hoping to win 2 out of 3 against one of the worst teams in baseball.
So, like, when you look at the Giants, something I don't understand about this team that really upsets me so much is that they have solid leads and they can't hold on to a nice lead, and they can't hold on to it, and they let it melt away. Like, they need to be better with that. They have to be able to hold on to a 3-4 run lead, maybe like halfway in the game.
Right. Hey, I was going to mention to you guys, when I get back, I'll be back Tuesday night, but I have these shirts available. The NorCal Sports Network.
So
with the logo on the shirt there. So I'll be offering those up for anybody who wants a shirt.
So what, you're doing the Warriors post game show on Larry Krueger's channel? Could you please ask him if I could join?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's a little tough just because there's 5, 6 guys in the room and it gets a little hard to cover. But
is there any possibility that I could come on your channel and we could just do a quick post game show for probably like maybe half an hour to 1 hour?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, the game's not till Saturday at 5:30, so probably looking at about 8 o'clock next Saturday night, somewhere around there.
Dan, I wanted to come on to your show on after the home opener, but the game went the game went a little bit late, and I had to get back home, coordinate my journey back here. So I wasn't able to join your show, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. I understand. No worries. But hey, I'm going to close this out, Chardal, real quick here.
Dan, how do you like my profile picture?
Giant scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I just wanted because like because sometimes I felt like turning on my video, but I like to be unique and do something like this.
That's cool. Well, hey, Chardal, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to close out the show here in a couple minutes. So, but thanks for joining.
And Dan, it was really nice talking with you. Because I've never talked I'll never talk this long with you after on a stream.
Well, good to have you, Chardal, and I know you're a big Bay Area sports fan. You're a Warriors fan. You're a Giants fan, and a 49ers.
I hope the Golden State Warriors. I hope we sweep the King, because I don't believe. My motto is burn the beam, not light the beam.
I like that. Burn the beam. That's a good one. Hey, we'll let you go on that, Chardal. That could be the new thing. Burn the beam.
Over under. Steph Curry is going to score over 50 points in Game 1 against the Sacramento Kings.
I think that's a little high. I'd be happy if he got over 30. But
it was great coming on your show, and anytime I'm available, I always like coming on your show. I mean, this is a new network that you just created, and it's a wonderful network that you have here. I love it.
All right. Well, thanks, Chardal. Appreciate it.
Make sure you click on that like and subscribe button for NorCal Sports Network. Make sure we get a lot of viewers in here tuning into Dan's new network. I wish you the best of luck. You get a lot of good people in, and you get a lot of player interviews, all the players from the Giants. So wish you good luck, and I would love to come on your show, but just let me know when you're having another show. And
all right, Chardal. Yeah, just get on the notifications there as a subscriber, and next time we go live, you'll get the notification, and if we have room, we'll get you back on.
And when we were talking about the Giants, I meant to say JD Davis.
okay.
I actually said David VR by accident.
Oh, no worries. No worries. All right, Chardal. Hey, again, happy Easter to you. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.
We'll talk to you later, Dan, and
All right.
I hope you have a great rest of your
Great.
night.
All right. All right. Chardal from what is it? SG Sports Talk Channel. Yeah. So Chardal has a channel. If you guys want to check out his channel, it's called SG Sports Talk Channel. There's this logo right there, SG Sports Talk. So anyway, so it was a wow. Daniel Shabazz says, I think he might be talking about something. Oh, all the way from this. Chardal called it last year the key to the Warriors' success. Eye of the Tiger. That's right. Eye of the Tiger. I like his new slogan, though. What do you guys think? Burn the beam instead of light the beam. That could be. I think Chardal's actually onto something there. I mean, that could be a T-shirt. Seriously. I mean, can you imagine having 18,000 at Chase Center, putting shirts out with burn the beam and putting that could be, create this rivalry, this newfound rivalry. And if Chardal came up with that as if he's the originator of that, I think that's pretty good. So Chardal's predictions can get a little bit quite a bit optimistic. He said the Warriors last year would win by 50. And I think he did say one time that they win by 50, and it was something outrageous. And I think I made the comment I would give him my tickets or something for the season if that happened. My Giants tickets. Yeah. I recall that. Yeah, that was great. So anyway, guys, we've been going for almost 2 hours. I think it's time to wrap it up. Unless anybody's got something they want to say, or the chat was open. It was in the chat. I don't actually know how to put that in there, but the chat is, I might be able to do it. Let me see. Hold on a second. If I do this, I might. 1 sec. I hope I don't lose this. There it is. Thanks, Romo. Eric put it in there for me. So if anybody wants to come in now, because I'm going to close it off. We'll extend it if anybody wants to keep rapping for a little bit. I got nothing but time here. I'm sitting in this 270 square foot little Airbnb. I got the air conditioner right behind me. It's on. What do I have it on? Actually, I got it on 22 degrees Celsius. So I did have it on 19 earlier. 22. I keep forgetting what it is between Fahrenheit and I'll look it up here. Fahrenheit to Celsius. 22 is 71.6. So yeah, it's pretty comfortable in here. So Grilled Cheese says, what kind of foods been eaten here? Some a lot of Filipino food, adobo, some I've had a lot of hamburgers though too, because I love having a hamburger. Lechon, what is it called? I think it's called, I just had it. Lechon had some pork, some beef, a lot of chicken. So food's great over here. But anyway, it's So like I said, it's now 1:00 in the afternoon, Monday. My flight's at 1 o'clock Tuesday morning, so 12 hours from now. I think being that it's international flight, I got to be there 3 hours early. So I'm just going to hang out today, grab something to eat shortly, and then probably take a little rest, shower tonight since I won't be able to shower for 24 hours. I'll shower and shave about 9 o'clock tonight, just so that because it'll be, by the time I get home, it'll be, oh gosh, it's going to be over 30 hours. Yeah. By the time I actually get home to Arizona. So yeah. What else we got here? What is this one here? Is everything there cheap? Yeah, Mark, it actually, food is the best price of things. Food and merchandise that is not chain merchandise. Chain merchandise like or chain food is really like Starbucks is pretty much similar to in the States. Your chain foods are similar, little cheaper, but the like refrigerators, appliances, and all that kind of stuff, I've looked, they're not a whole lot cheaper than what you would buy a fridge or, washer, dryer, but it's not that, so you don't really save there. Will says, LeChan, I think I'm pronouncing. My wife's taking a little nap right now. Otherwise, I'd wake her up and ask. All right, I don't want to wake her up, but LeChan is awesome. My company commander in the Army made it for us once. Yeah, I mean the Filipino food is great. What else do we got here? Eddie K says, how long is the flight, Dan? Okay, so my flight is 1 a.m. and I get into Korea, I believe it is at 6:30, but they're an hour ahead of us, so it's like 5:30. So it's 4.5 hours to Korea, and then I land at 6:30 in the morning in Korea, and then I've got this crazy layover. I want to say our flight's not till like 4 o'clock. Maybe if I look it up here, I think it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I get into 4 o'clock Monday afternoon, and then we get into San Francisco at 10:40 Tuesday morning. So, I guess my flight, I would say, is Tuesday, not Monday afternoon. I think we leave 4 o'clock in the afternoon Tuesday. I don't know how long it is. It's like 12 hours, I think. 12 and a half, maybe. I'll look it up here. Look up my my actual let's see here. Okay, here's my return. 1 o'clock this morning from Cebu City. Arrive in Seoul, South Korea, 6:30, 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. And then I guess we gain another hour or something. So 10:40. It's saying it's only 10 hours and 40 minutes flight time. That's not too bad. My worst flight ever was direct flight to the Philippines, 15 hours, nonstop. It's just takes you feel like you're on plane forever. But when I did that, I was buying the bulkhead seats, paying $100 extra to get the bulkhead so I could stretch, get up, walk around. The nice thing about these international flights is there's 3 rows. I'm sure some of you guys have been on these, but so you can actually walk the plane in a circle if you want to get some walking in, which I always try to do because I've heard when you're on long flights, your legs can get really swollen. You're susceptible to clotting. So try to definitely stay active so I'm not just sitting for 12 hours not moving. But anyway, I think that's about it. So you guys, tomorrow night you'll be the Giants Dodgers. It's Julio Arias against Logan Webb. And that game starts at what time is the Giants game tomorrow? Is it they start early on the weekdays, so 6:45. Okay. So 6:45 tomorrow. That's 9:45 in the morning here, which would be 10:45 in the morning in the Philippines. So yeah, I'll actually be able to watch the game at the airport. So if Larry has a show, or maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll do one if Larry's not doing one. Maybe I'll do one on my phone. I'll have my laptop, but I don't know if I can hook it all up, but we'll see. So, hey, everybody, thanks for joining. And, Tyler Choi just came in and says, what are you doing in the Philippines? My wife is a Filipino. And so we're here visiting her family. So we were here for almost 2 full weeks, and try and make the trip at least once a year. I mean, this is my first trip back since 19, because when COVID came in 2020, we couldn't fly. So, and then she was able to go last year, but she went for almost a month. So I didn't feel like going that long. So 2 weeks is max I can do. So, but I like it over here. There's a lot to do. It's beautiful, beautiful beaches, sandy beaches, clear blue water. People are as friendly as can be. Great place to vacation if you guys have never been. So last comment here. The Giants will probably change that back to 7 p.m. starts next year if games are done in 2.5 hours. Good point. Yeah, because they may make the change, Mark. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it mid-year, because a lot of people have a hard time getting to the games at 6:45, those who work. So if they get there in the third inning, they're getting only an hour and 45-minute game. A lot of people may not show up if, especially walk up. If people walk up to the game and they're not getting there till 7:15 and it's already the top of the third, games are flying. So, yeah, I think they would want to set that back 7. You're still done by 9:30. But now, I mean, it's like, I don't know. To me, I don't think I'd want to go to a ball game, just even as a season ticket holder, former season ticket holder, to take the time to go all the way to a night, especially on the night games, to get there, pay for parking, and get to the game, and it's done in, some of these games are going to be done in 2 hours and 5 minutes. I'm telling you, there's going to be there'll be a game this year the Giants will play that'll be under 2 hours. Mark it down. If, and I don't want to go watch a game and, sit down for 2 hours and then have to, it's just a hassle to me. And Tyler Choi says, have more confidence in the Warriors winning it all or the Giants making the playoffs? Oh, no doubt. I'll take the Warriors. Yeah. I have more confidence that the Warriors would win it all than the Giants make the playoffs. Now, if you said have more confidence in the Warriors maybe sweeping their way through Sacramento or something like that, I don't think so. I think, like I say, I wouldn't surprise me if the Warriors got it done in 5, but I really do think it's going to go 6. So anyway, but thanks for joining, everybody. It's been great to have you guys again. I've been live from the Philippines, and I may have a show. I may do a show from Korea. Never done a show from Korea. I'll be sitting at the airport tomorrow. So turn on the notifications I may even do a live in game because I'll be sitting there. I might just do that. So check your put your notifications on. You'll get notified if we go live, and I'll put it out on Twitter as well. Hopefully I got a good signal and I get a chance to maybe do that from Korea. That would be kind of cool. So thanks for joining, everybody, and have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.